It's Halloween once again, but the crypto markets aren't very spooky. In fact, it appears that we've got a tiny Halloween bounce that isn't blood red. It's green like money. It's fortuitous that the little bounce coincides with the 14th anniversary of the now legendary Bitcoin white paper. To celebrate, today we cover the latest stories from the Bitcoin world. So put on your best Satoshi Nakamoto costume as we trick and treat you on our bad news episode number 641 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Welcome, friends, to the Bad Crypto Podcast. Very scary Travis Wright and Joel Comm.
We'd like to thank you for coming here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm dressed up as a Bad Crypto Podcast host today.
Oh, it's nice. And I am a Web3 wizard with a little bit of Elvis. You can call me Trelvis.
That's pretty good. I'm going to go with that.
There we go.
So it is the 14th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. And so all the stories, well, except for one today, are going to be talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoinery. And we're going to jump right in with CoinMarketCap, refreshing it for the 31st of October, 12:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The crypto market cap currently sitting at $1,054 billion. Bitcoin 20,416. Ethereum 1571. And really the big mover here this week beyond Ethereum is BNB, now at $323.
That is nice. You know, Doge has been doing some interesting stuff too since the one and only Elon Musk has purchased Twitter. There seems to be some grumbling and some rumblings around that. So we're going to need to keep an eye on this. Like, I'm just curious, has the bull reawakened from hibernation yet? Because from what we've been expecting, well, we're deep in crypto winter. We should be expecting crypto winter. However, we're well over $1 trillion right now. We're not quite at 1.1 trillion, but we're 1,500,000,000 or 1,050,000,000,000 billion. That's pretty decent.
Well, I think the bull might just be like turning over and you're kind of like, and then, back to sleep
going
again.
Back to sleep. Is that what's going to happen?
Maybe. I don't know. I do like that Doge is up 113% over the last 7 days. So that is interesting. Bitcoin, though, it's an innovative payment network and a new kind of money, now 14 years old. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear Bitcoin.
Happy birthday to you. On Halloween.
Very Halloweeny. If you haven't ever read the white paper, you can go to bitcoin.org and go under introduction, and you'll find the link to Satoshi's original white paper. It's right here in English and many other languages. I mean, you can read it in Italian if you want to, Portuguese. Lots of different languages. If you're like us, you will read in English.
Spanglish? I read in Spanglish.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I speak Espanjol. It's my butchered version of Spanish.
That is what you do. But you know what? I think when you're here, as long as you can order through the drive-thru, you're good. Really.
And by here he means in Puerto Rico, of course, where we live on the island, where their Spanish dialect is a little different than traditional Spanish. So 14 years, I don't know if Satoshi realized the impact that this proposal for a new peer-to-peer electronic cash system would have. Hopefully Satoshi is alive somewhere and smiling that Bitcoin is picking up steam all around the world.
All around. And so I was curious about this. Bitcoin.org is the domain name, I believe, that he registered. So who's registering it now if Satoshi Nakamoto is not around anymore? Like, did he say, hey, I'm leaving Bitcoin, I'm transferring this to the Bitcoin Foundation? I don't know. I don't know enough about who owns Bitcoin.org, but I've not ever seen it be canceled. I've not ever seen it disappear or, get a 404 error. So somebody's still taking care of it. I don't know if maybe who even owns it. I don't know.
I don't
So
know.
it's kind of a peculiar thing over there, Sir Lord Joel Comm.
Here's proof of more mainstream adoption. 9 years ago, there was one Canadian coffee shop that put in an ATM. By the way, Cointelegraph spell check is so easy. What is a Canadian coffee shop?
Well, they're delicious. If you've ever had a candy and coffee, it's really sweet. But it is too much sugar in
I
the
just don't
candy one.
understand and it's not just it's all of them. Like I go to any major news media too, and I see stupid typos. And you would think in this age of technology that every editor would run articles through spell check. So just a little personal
Yeah.
bug.
They
Uh,
literally highlight them with a little red squiggly
yeah,
underneath it, so that's not
yeah,
correct.
yes. Did you mean to say Canadian? Perhaps.
Well, you know what?
Anyway,
That was an extra little descriptive text that's not part of an article, so that was probably added after the fact, which makes it even worse because probably some editor added that.
give that guy a raise. So now there's almost 39,000 Bitcoin ATMs around the world. And that's still nothing. That is still so early. We were just, I was in Europe with Aaron, and I don't remember where we were, somewhere in Italy. And I was counting ATMs. There were so many in whatever town we were in. It seemed like you would walk 20 yards and there was another ATM. They were all over the place. I'd never seen so many. Think about what that looks like in the future for Bitcoin ATMs.
Right.
I just it's going to be there's going to be so many.
Yeah, and when you look at this article here, Joel was talking about the very first week that candy and coffee shop, it did almost 350 transactions and 100 grand in its first week.
Hmm.
And you think 2013, Bitcoin was worth less than $500 then, so that's a lot. Well, 348 transactions, so there's a lot of Bitcoin that was purchased on some of those early ATMs. And a lot of people still think, oh wow, well, what do you mean if I do some bit, do I got to buy a whole Bitcoin? Do I got to buy a whole Ethereum? Like, you don't. You can just buy just a little bit amount. And I don't know about these. I've never used a crypto ATM because I'm like, where am I going to send it? If I have access, was it going to print me out something? It's always seemed a little weird because I don't have a card to manage it. It's way more handy, I think, with having that debit card that's connected to your crypto, so you can
Yep.
take your crypto, sell it to USDC, or sell it to regular US dollars and add it to your card. That's way more handy. That's how I tend to use crypto more regularly, is that way.
In early October, U.S. authorities warned crypto ATMs were emerging as a popular method for scammers to receive value and defraud victims. Meanwhile, the U.S. government is the biggest source of scamming by taking your hard earned money and calling it taxes. So, as long as the U.S. authorities are calling people out, let's just be honest here about this. So, ATMs on the rise. In fact, El Salvador was one of the biggest crypto ATM hubs, and now Spain has more ATMs. They host 215 crypto ATMs. El Salvador is now behind by 3, down to 212.
Yeah, but then like the United States owns 87.4%. North America has 95% of the ATMs worldwide, with Candia having 6.6% of them. And then the other ones, El Salvador, literally, Spain has 215. Oh, El Salvador has 212. Like, that's not a whole lot, but you think about it, like they're starting to pop up, and they're becoming more relevant. And the more people see these Bitcoin ATMs, the more they're thinking about crypto, the more that people are talking about it. And there's some other news that we're going to be doing in a future episode where we're literally talking about some of these patents and some of the things that mainstream Visa and MasterCard are doing to facilitate the growth of crypto. Crypto's not going away, folks. We've been talking about it for over 5 years. It's only getting more relevant over time. Even though the price isn't mooning right now, it is a good time, in my mind, to find the right projects that resonate with you. So start doing your research and jumping in, because who knows how long until that bear market's over, Joel.
What am I looking at here? These numbers on Cointelegraph seem very off. the ticker up here at the top of the page. I'm going to refresh this because it's showing Bitcoin properly, but for a moment there it showed Ethereum like 1100 and BNB $220 or something.
Oh, you might have had an old cash in there.
I don't know. That was weird though.
Thank you
Okay,
very much,
so the
Joel.
prices are accurate. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's rising correlation with gold indicates investors see it as a safe haven, says the Bank of America market strategist. No kidding. We've been saying this for years, as has anybody who's, called Bitcoin a store of value. Digital gold, I believe, is the term that we use.
Yeah. So they've been highly correlated. I've always thought that Bitcoin should have a correlation to the gold price instead, because in theory, gold is more of a finite resource. However, then we had that big Uganda find where they found a bunch of gold. They found trillions of dollars worth of gold in some hill. So it's like that's when gold is actually less relevant, because Bitcoin, there's only 21 million. Gold, a big meteor full of gold could hit Earth, and then you'd be like, wow, look at all this extra gold that we have now. Like, what does that do to the price? The price could fluctuate based on that. But I do think there should be some metric where it's like Bitcoin to gold. I was having a comment around this. I remember right when, the U.S. and Ukraine, Ukraine started they're doing the war with Russia. Russia came in and attacked. And then I was watching the price of the ruble. The ruble originally crashed. And I was like, dude, why is there not a Bitcoin to ruble? So I could literally go in. I want to get some USDP or some USPC or whatever it is. I don't even know what that would be. Russia PC, Rus P. I don't even know. What's the stable coin for the ruble? What's the stable coin for the Chinese yuan? In a lot of ways, you can only buy the one where your country's in. It's really easy to buy USDC, really easy to buy USDT, not easy to buy stable coins in other denominations or in other currencies right now, Joel.
Well, there you go. We're just going to see more of this, right?
Mhm.
We're going to see more correlation as they continue to print more dollars, and they will. Don't think that quantitative easing is over. It's not. They're going to print more money. It's just a matter of time, and I would say during this term of the so-called president, it will happen again. And that means more dollars, less value per dollar, and yet there is only ever 21 million Bitcoin. Do the math. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
That is true. Also in the news, Sir Lord Joel Comm, PayPal and Western Union are filing trademarks for a wide range of crypto services. So PayPal has been in the news around their $2,500 misinformation fee. I don't know if you guys actually saw that or not. PayPal is a real big innovator in this space. We've talked about Elon Musk and the X.com, and then it merged with PayPal. And then, we've talked about in the past about how Western Union didn't actually become PayPal. They just kind of done their own thing for the longest time. Western Union could have become PayPal at one time. They don't think, a lot of these companies get entrenched in what they do, and they don't have that forward thinking saying, hey, things are moving towards this, things are moving towards that. But this news right here, Joel, shows that PayPal and Western Union are looking into they got trademark applications covering a wide range of these crypto services, and they're going to start doing stuff in crypto even more so than before.
It's inevitable. And yeah, PayPal, my accounts are now officially empty. I've had a business account and a personal account since the beginning of time, right? Probably right after it was X.com. As soon as they became PayPal, I had accounts and have been using them for business and personal for all that time. And due to the shenanigans that they're pulling, same thing with Venmo, I'm out. Like,
you
done.
piss off Joel Comm cancels you.
Done.
Google,
You're
PayPal,
canceled.
you're Google, you're canceled. You're gone. You're Googleified.
Yeah, still working on getting off Google, man. It takes a lot of time and
It's
effort. I
hard.
go through these spurts
Yeah.
of deleting and backing up. I mean, you'll notice, look with our bad crypto drive, if you ever go in there, you're going to see stuff disappearing. I'm pulling it down.
Never, Joel, you're never going to get them fully away from Google if you're using Lyft or Uber or any of these other things, right? Because like it's just so hard to get out completely of the Google ecosystem. I think you can maybe get 90+% out, but you'll never get 100% off.
I'm going to do the best I can. That's all I can do.
All you can do,
and finally, not a Bitcoin story, but Halloween themed shitcoins have materialized to haunt crypto Twitter. They're taking over the ecosystem with no real use case. I think the crypto community just tends to gravitate towards the next big thing and something that sounds exciting and trendy and that they might be able to make, a few shekels off of. And so Halloween token is one of them, priced at 1 penny.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's like, it seems to me that the chart would be going pretty quick on that one. Yay, it's Halloween. And then it's not Halloween. Then what?
Right.
It's over. That's like,
Time for
great,
the
yay.
turkey token, right?
Yeah,
Let's just
right.
ride the
Can they morph
holiday.
it? If it was like a holiday one where it could morph between holidays, maybe, or maybe it would, instead of Halloween, it was Hala Doge, Hala, and then something. I mean, it's like they're trying to tap into it. They're being creative. They're trying to do what they can, but a shitcoin is a shitcoin. And I, Sir Lord Joel Comm, own Shitcoin, the token. So if you need some shit, let me know. I'll send you 2 shits. I will. I sent you 1,000 shits, Joel. You got 1,000 shits.
You can give 2 of them if you want to also.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. So I think what I would do is I gave you 21,000 shits.
Yep.
And so you can actually give away 21,000. So I got 21 million total shits. And if you tweet me on the Twitters, tell TEEDUBYA is my Twitter handle. And send me your Ethereum address and I will send you some shits. I'll send you 1,000 shit.
I'm not giving mine away. I'm going to save them for a time where I'm constipated. And I
So
need
good.
them.
I love it. It's like if somebody's good, I can see their ETH address. I can just send them a couple shits.
It's a different kind of digital fiber, right? I can spend them and it's digital XLAX.
So good. I don't give you 2 shits for this story. Oh, yes, I do. Here's some.
There you go, gang. This is why it's the Bad Crypto Podcast, the best, or at least the second best show in crypto comedy on the web, providing you with news, views, and bad taste. Here, we are glad that you are part of the audience. We do love and respect you, and that's why we're going to continue to demand that you stay.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.